What is up, guys? In today's video we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero build. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the video. I think I'm going to go Grimgate this game. It seems like it'll be a pretty hot POI. Pretty much always is, but with it being early, should be good, and decent odds to spectate somebody that is more proactive than aggro. As I've talked about countless times in this video, these videos, that's like what I would like to watch. Doesn't always happen though. Alright, we got a nice solid amount of players. This POI Grimgate is a pretty interesting POI because it can be incredibly populated, but also play out incredibly slow at the same time. And if you guys weren't aware, the God chests now give 2 weapons each time they're opened, because the Greek mythology mythics were vaulted when the Avatar mythics were added to the game. I think it's an AI, bro. Is it? It is, I think. Bro, come on. But anyways, when the Greek mythology mythics were added to the game, when the Avatar mythics were added to the game, the Greek mythology mythics were vaulted, and so now the God chest dropped 2 weapons out of each one, which is a really nice change, I think. It makes it a little more likely you get something decent out of those God chests. So if you're landing anywhere where they're a thing, I would highly suggest trying to take advantage of them. I mean, they've always been good, but now they're even better, I think. We're going to be able to Pennywise, using the Michael Myers skin in a very Halloween mood, despite it being April. And so if I was this player right now, I would be trying to go start the boss fight, because you haven't heard too much fighting going on over here. I know, because it was hard for me to find somebody to eliminate me. And I feel like the sooner you can kind of start that boss fight and get the ball rolling on that, the better, because everybody loves to third party this POI. You have people from Underworld coming in, you have people from Pleasant, Fencing, Restored. This area over here with like the hired NPC I encounter a lot at Grimgate. And so pretty much as soon as I hit the ground and have some weapons, maybe have a kill or 2, once it's kind of chilled out like how it is now, I want to start progress on the boss, because there's several stages to it. It takes a while to complete. Even if you don't tunnel vision it, like you can start it and kind of have it going and still like be clearing the POI, because the wolves really are not that threatening. And then even when the boss spawns, he's not that threatening, I think. So like, the longer it takes him to start the fight, I think the worse. And he has decent weapons. For some reason, he chose to go with the blue AR instead of the gold one. No, I hope this Aphrodite doesn't die. She's going for the shockwave play. Nice. This was the person we could have been spectating immediately, but they ran from me. They shockwave through the wall to kill them. They're going to get away and heal and then probably come back. I bet they're going to go for this. Okay, I thought they were going to go for the slurp truck. Bip. This is probably an AI shooting at them. They missed so many shots. Probably that one from earlier. We'll see if this wasted time comes back to bite these players, though. I feel like the moment you land on this POI, you're in like a timer for like getting third-partied. That's a death. Wow, they trade, and now we're going to spectate somebody across the map. I love when this happens to me when making these videos. This player is at Pleasant, but I was going to say they might be going to Grimgate, but they're not. So now someone is going to have a very easy time third-partying Grimgate. I think what that Aphrodite could have done differently is just not worry as much about trying to be safe while healing. And not going so far away to heal, because if she just healed while in the building, she probably would have been fine. And then she could have not fought that AI and been fine. She like got third-partied after fighting an AI. And I feel like identifying that AI in that situation and just kind of leaving it be is better for you in the long run, because like I've said many times, when I land at those PIs, I feel like I'm in a constant rush to clear the thing, get the medallion, and get out of there. And the time you spend wasting AI or, being very cautious about how you heal so much so that you put yourself in more danger, like, isn't ideal. That shotgun fight wasn't played the best, but it was just like a weird fight. I don't know if she had dashes there. That is another thing. If you're ever in that area, just staying topped up on dashes as much as possible is going to be good for you. This guy's going to shockwave on this. He has no damage, though. Could have gone for the pickaxe trick there, but this Aang is going to clear this fight, I think. I don't like going for the shockwave trick on people that I have no early damage on. Because, like, what's going to happen is you pickaxe them 2 or 3 times most often. They're just going to get out of the car, and then you're going to have, like, a somewhat random shotgun fight. I feel like it's not ideal. So, if I get tags on someone, and then they get in a car to try to get away from me, then I'm very happy to go for the pickaxe play. But if I think the opponent is full HP, I really don't like going for it that often. And I feel like a lot of people force it way too much. If you guys don't know what the pickaxe trick is, if you swing your pickaxe and then, like, you're swinging your pickaxe, you hit the get in the car button, and then you look at the person in the car, you're able to pickaxe them through the car. You have to keep your pickaxe swing button held down, but it allows you to hit them through the car, and the pickaxe will hit like 20 damage at a time. And that's why I was saying if they're full HP, it's not that big of a deal. Because if someone's 250 and you hit them for like 60, which would be 3 swings, it's like good damage, but it's not that great, especially when they're going to get out, and then you're probably going to get out, and then you're just going to be barrel stuffing each other with shotguns, and that can kind of go either way and be like highly dependent on rarity. I feel like trying to force it when it doesn't make the most sense isn't ideal, but I've seen a lot of players that, like, they're aware of the fact that it exists, so they feel like they have to constantly use it. And it is good, but I don't like it to open fights with. I like it when to put pressure to, like, finish fights. If I hit someone like, you know, a body shot with a DMR, let's say 60 damage, and they get in a car, and then I can do that and hit like another 60, then that's like half their HP. Someone just went in that building. I think they're an AI, though. Maybe not. Okay. We're going to be on board with Anonymous. They should have been using the John Wick skin. I'm actually excited to watch this person. They beamed there. And, yeah, the Ranger pistol is ridiculous. It's been good all of Chapter 5. I feel like people sleep on it just because it's not... It's like the Nemesis AR, I feel like, in the terms of just, like, it's a very good weapon that isn't, like, super exciting to use. Like, it is insane, but it's not like... I don't know how to describe it. It's like insane for a pistol. It was perfect for that situation, though. It's just like mid-range spray on somebody running at him. I think I would have made the same mistake because that seemed like a drone to me. There's somebody running behind this player. They're underneath him, actually. And there's also the person in front of him. They have no mobility. You got to be careful at fencing because the Medusa NPC sells shockwaves here. And so there's pretty much always people rotating into this POI this late in the game. No one got Grim Gate Medallion, by the way. This player is very much confusing me because their aim was amazing, but they keep just standing still in random places. Like someone keeps like calling them or something. Right, I think there's still another person under him from earlier, though. Yeah, he's stuck in this little crevice. That is so incredibly unfortunate. We love Fortnite. I don't know if he could have mantled out of there, but this was a player who I had heard underneath earlier, I think. Now there's another car pulling up. Is this guy going to do anything, or is he just going to keep hiding down here? It worked for him last time, so I like low-key don't blame him, but not very interesting for the video. A person is getting that loot that he just got off that kill. They picked up an Earthbender mythic. And so the reason why I don't like this like overly passive playstyle, one, his crown just pinged, so that person is going to know he's down here if they're paying attention. But also you're very reliant on how other people play. If the kill on that gingerbread man didn't just like fall into this player's lap, I don't think they would have beat that gingerbread man in a fight. And so if someone comes down here, then he can maybe have like an awkward fight versus them. But like, other than that, I don't think things are likely to go this player's way. And also, I feel like just hiding in buildings and waiting for people to attack you, you don't really get decent at fighting and making plays. So when you get put in those situations, it makes it much harder for things to work out for you. Like, I feel like he could have snuck up on this person and maybe got a shot on them because they've been, like, swapping weapons and picking up loot for quite a while. Or if he got on the roof when they were approaching in the car, he maybe could have shot them as they got out. Now he's going to push them. They're very weak. Trying to reload his shotgun. He could have just killed him with the SMG there. Is he gonna get on the lights here accidentally, I think? Or maybe not. I thought he was gonna try to jump over the wall and accidentally be on the lights. His shotgun still isn't loaded, but this person's so weak. Okay. So, that's what I'm talking about. He gets the kill there. It works out, but like... that isn't something he made happen. It just so happened that that player walked forward, sat in this corner, and then didn't react to him moving. He didn't pick up that purple shotgun. I don't know what this aura is doing. That's decent damage. Imagine he fell in there and couldn't get out. He has no mobility to chase, so I think that aura is going to get away. I think they would have killed that aura, though. That aura didn't seem too great. I'm going to spectate this person just because that guy we were just spectating is doing nothing. This is an aura, but I don't think it's the aura we were just watching. They have the Grim Gate medallion, I think. They have the shotgun at least. There's somebody down here. Maybe not. Okay, I thought there was a player down here because of the medallion circle, but I believe it's just because we're spectating this person that has it, so the circle shows for us. So he's going to get this ball using the Gatekeeper shotgun. I prefer to have a lower rarity Gatekeeper shotgun with drum mag. Like, I would take a purple or a gold one with drum over the mythic. But he does have the burst SMG, which is going to make it a lot easier to combo with the Gatekeeper. So if I was to use the mythic Gatekeeper, I would like to have a burst SMG as my follow-up weapon. Put the laser sight on it, so he's going to have that perfectly accurate hip fire. And then he has a sniper for long-range fight. So I actually really like this person's setup. They got the Grim Gate medallion. They got all the shockwaves. This is great. They only have 50 fizz, but not the end of the world. For some reason, they don't want that other chest. They're going to have to go zone, but it's not that far, and it's still a one tick. So it's like really not that much of a... it's like not a problem that they have to go zone. Like, the DPS potential on the burst SMG hipfire is, like, basically a shotgun in its own right. Like, if you hit a full burst, I think it's, like, 90 damage to the body. More if you hit headshots. Like, and a fast swap time, and it's perfectly accurate. Like, it's so good. So I'm excited to watch this player use it. Island is mid-map. I would want to go Island if I was this player. We'll see if they do, but I feel like if you have Grim Gate Medallion, you have such an advantage fighting Island. Not only is it a lot easier to dash between the buildings if you ever get damage on somebody, you can dash off of Island if things aren't ever going your way. Like, the dashes are so OP on there, and if you have the Medallion, then you can kind of use dashes and not really worry about, like, am I getting the most value for this dash? And it seems like the other Medallion player is going to go for it. Please don't go fencing. I'm like scared he's gonna die to that like hiding player. Getting shot by somebody. Oh, they got a bunker. See how they approach this. Bunkers are good, but if somebody's camping in a bunker like this in a public match, I don't expect them to be the best. So I would play probably decently aggro on them. Gonna have to get out here soon. Get the snipe. You could just shockwave at them and then shockwave them out of the bunker, or just shockwave on them and fight it. They're gonna dash to close the gap. They have one more dash. Does this person get in the car? Alright, GG's, they get the kill. That would have been a good time to use the pickaxe trick. Like, he hit that person a bit. We didn't see the damage numbers for some reason, but he hit them a bit. If they chose to get in the car there, then he can go for the pickaxe. Maybe get a relevant amount of damage, maybe just get the kill, or force that person out of the car and then like reset the fight. But that person just tried to keep airbending away, and so Sony gets the easy kill. The car coming behind them. And like I said about the person like camping the bunkers like that this early in a pub match, like, I didn't expect them to be the best, and they pretty much just gave it up immediately and tried to run with the Airbender Mythic. But I like how Sony played that. They like looked for sniper tags. They didn't get them, but they dashed mobility. They didn't get right on the person. They went from the low ground, and we're going to be able to have like a right shoulder peek somewhat on the person in the bunker if they stayed there. Person in the bunker gives it up, and then they get an easy kill. I don't know what this person is shooting at. I don't know if there's another person over there they see or what. One of their cars getting shot. I think the thing shooting them is an AI, though. It might not be, actually, because they're shooting the car. Oh, GG's. He's just gonna clean up both these kills, I think. He's not what I was talking about, though. As soon as that prisoner got in an actual fight, they're dead. And they did get third-partied, but it didn't seem like that fight was going their way anyways, with them being one shot. That was an AI. That 11 that just died there was the one fighting the prisoner, and their name is Dr. Lobby 92. So, yeah, that is an AI. The reason why I thought it was an AI is because, like, the way the AI shoot typically is they just, like, mag dump constantly. And that's why I initially thought it was an AI, but since the prisoner skin was in a car, I was like, okay, maybe it is a real person that's just, like, mag dumping the car, trying to get them out of it. But, yeah, when you hear AI fighting, usually they just, like, shoot constantly. Whereas real players, sometimes they do, but it's not... It's, like, a bit more controlled, you know? Six players remain. The person they're about to go up against has a Zeus medallion. Underworld wasn't taken, and then Grim Brawlers is down there. So this person has Zeus medallion that is going to fight. I don't really care about that. The only medallion I'm concerned about fighting this season is the dashes. If I have to fight someone dashes, I'm going to play that fight differently or like potentially be worried about that. If they have Zeus medallion, okay. Like it's not that big of a deal. If they have the extra damage, obviously it's nice, but it doesn't change how I want to play the fight. I think you just fizz shock on this. We'll see. It seems like they don't want to play island, but being down here while that person just rains down ice on you is not great, and it's like a fight that kind of hard favors that player. Maybe the aura hits a snipe and then the person's out of the game, but it's just much easier for that person on island to keep spamming the waterbender and maybe hit a few shots, then go on it, than it is to like snipe somebody off of island, especially with the new drop. They're getting close, but gotta aim up a little bit more. Zone is going back to fencing. They may choose to just rotate and not fight this, because you really, like, you don't want to be fighting island, but with how this player has played thus far, I kind of expected them to just, like, shockwave onto it. Like, fizz shock and then get in a rift and fight them. Fighting on island. I would want to go on this. I don't even think they're actually fighting. I think somebody is, like, shooting off of island. I think I just heard a shotgun shot, actually. If you hear shotgun shots, that's usually a fight that's happening. Someone just died on island and someone picked up the crown. The person who got the kill with firebending. So I would expect this person on island to be weak. It's not always the case, but I feel like firebending is an item that you really don't get clean kills with. You dash behind him. GG's. But yeah, any of those melee weapons, unless you just get like very fortunate timing, I feel like the person who wins the fight usually takes some amount of damage. So when I see in the kill feed that such and such kills somebody with firebending and I'm about to push them, like, it's not guaranteed they're weak, but I expect them to be weak. And then the same is true when people like fight each other with close range weapons. If you hear two players trading shots with shotguns, like, odds are even the winner of that fight is going to be somewhat weak, especially knowing that the Underworld medallion is not in play here. You see someone get a kill with a sniper in the feed, then like, maybe they took damage, but that's usually a weapon that you can get like killed pretty cleanly with. Two opponents remain. These are gonna rift and look for them. There's a player over here with a hired NPC to the right. You could like land here and then snipe at them, but that leaves you vulnerable to the rest of the zone. They might do it anyways. They don't seem to be like too concerned about anybody in this lobby. But when the game is a 1v1v1 like this, you do have to be somewhat careful, especially in Chapter 5 with the prevalence of snipers. Anybody can kill anybody with timing. I don't know why he shot the window out there. It might have been to see if there was anybody inside, or so they could use the car like to peek and shoot through it. Okay, this is interesting. So they want to shoot the windows out, I'm guessing, just to snipe through, since they did it again. On one hand, like, yeah, then you can snipe out of your car more freely, but also he's a little more vulnerable of getting sniped himself now. So it's just kind of a, what do you value more? Do you value the protection of the car more, or do you just value the fact that you can use it to snipe through? Personally, I would rather just not get sniped through my car. Especially a game like this, it seems like this player is like the better player in the lobby, with neither of these players third-partying him already. And this person having a hired NPC. So I feel like as long as they don't just get headshot sniped, they probably win this game. Car's gonna get fried here. Not really gonna be able to do anything with it. All right, he hits headshot snipe. GG's. Now the other player's here with the firebending mythic. Immediately dashes out of the way. If you have a hard time dealing with it, dashes are so good. Just get away from it. Obviously, you won't always be able to, but personally, the way I look at these melee weapons is there's not very good. There is a challenge right now to use the firebender mythic to deal damage to opponents, but usually if somebody's relying on these melee weapons, it's because they're not that confident in fighting, I think. And so if you just don't give them that close range fight, I feel like that's the easiest way to deal with it. I had a lot of people ask me about how to deal with the Hades chain when that was in the game, because it was actually pretty busted from a damage perspective. And yeah, I just try my hardest to not fight those melee weapons in incredibly close range. Like, not only do they do good damage a lot of times, but also they like knock your character around and then you don't have control over yourself. He hit a body shot there, so he's gonna go on this and this is a free kill. He's just trolling them now, I think. GG's to Sony kills. Dashes are very good for countering those melee weapons. Obviously, you're not always going to have dashes, but if you do land and fight to get the Grim Gate Medallion, then that is something that is going to be within your control. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I don't know, that was an interesting game. Not as much learning points, but I feel like the other good players kind of got griefed. Like the people at Grim Gate that traded, I feel like seemed decent. And then also that gingerbread man that fell into the hole. Also, their aim seemed good. It just seemed like they were distracted. But we didn't get to see a lot of the better players fight that game, I feel like. But if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, sub if you'd like to see more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.